Hello guys, welcome to Programming Bro. I am RK. In this section we are going to talk about I am going to make a video on JavaScript for making our first project here. I am just going to tell only basics of JavaScript here, how to target HTML elements here. So I am going to close this tab here and first going to create a HTML file which will JavaScript. In this I am going to choose JavaScript now. So I'm going to make what? First I'm going to do ls, then I'm going to run my Python program which main2.py. Then it will ask me tut 18, I think tut 18 underscore js dot html. Oh, it's not made anything. I'm going to do nano here, nano main main.py, sorry, main2.py. if oh, I had just written it here. I have to write here js. Oh, just I'm going to do js here. I'm going to save this by alt x. You're going to ask alt s, then alt x here. Yes, I'm going to save this file. Now I'm going to run my Python program again, then tut 18 underscore js dot html. So file and server also started. First I'm going to open my server here. Then it's taking much time here. I'm going to close all tabs here. Oh, sorry, I have already a tab. Then why I'm going to opening a tab. Then I'm going to type localhost 8000. It show tut 18 underscore js here. I'm going to open this thing now. First I'm going to add what we're going to learn in this video. First we have just oh sorry, and I'm going to write js in one video, but it would be enough about JavaScript here. Just we're going to learn targeting an element and changing its content and making many more here. But first we're going to add a script tag here. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do now. Just add a script tag here. Means in this script tag we have to write our JavaScript code. First I'm going to on my word wrap here. Oh, what the hell. I'm going to open my settings. How you are opening like this is get a lengthy process. Just alt and comma is get directly open edit settings here. Just off word wrap here. Then I'm going to write my elements. In JavaScript there are variables. Means what is variable? Variable is a container in which we can store our data. If you are coming from programming language like C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby and many more, from that also you must know what is variables. So I think you know about variables. Otherwise I'm going to tell in this video also. First I'm going to add a div.container container container. I'm going to give an ID because using ID I'm going to target element using IDs here. So I'm going to give an box here. I'm just going to give container ID only. Container, just tab here. In this I'm going to add everything now. Div I'm going to make it a class of box. I'm just going to target everything using IDs here. First thing, I'm going to use div.form. I'm going to give a class called form. Then ID also form. Login form, I'm going to make it login form. We can use sign up form also, login, log up. I think there are many more things. I'm giving login form here. Just make this thing here. Here we're going to add a form tag, form. Then just do it like this. In form tag we have two attributes to give. First is from which protocol you want to send data. There are two types of protocol I had tell in my previous video, but I'm going to tell again here because revising is a good method. METHOD. Then just add here which method. We have two methods called post and get. Get request shows the data in URL directly, so I'm going to make it get here. Just get. I'm going to show you how it's working. And first is action, to which page you want to send the data. I'm going to send on to this page only, so you can add blank or hash here. If you leave blank, it's not going to do anything here. There will be no effect on this. First I'm going to add a input tag. Type should be text. Then this tab here we get, and here first thing we're going to make what here I'm going to give name here, name. Just select this thing and add here. Then it's get an text area. Whoa, what the hell is this? I'm going to do under text. Then we get an type text. Then I'm going to add name, because using name variable we're going to send the data to the next page. So ID will also be name. Name. Now here I'm going to add a name here. Name. This I'm going to use br tag. Br snippet here we're going to use, and Control Shift D to it's Control Shift O. I think I had pressed Control Shift D to replicate the line. Same thing I'm going to do with class and roll number here. Same thing using this. I'm going to add roll number here. Here I'm going to just cut this thing. Class here just tab here, it giving an option. Just I'm going to add class here. Class. Just here roll number. Then roll number, just tab here. Now we're going to save this thing and see our output in our browser. I think there will be a form here. But most of the case I'm going to tell you, using center tag is not a good practice, so I'm going to just do a right style tag here, upside. Then I'm going to cut media all here. Then I'm going to target container. Targeting container. I'm going to make text alignment. Then I'm going to make it. I'm going to open this thing. I think I'm how to get find. First thing, I'm select page down. I'm not page down. I'm finding them to matching. It is different. Expand, remove line duplicate is different here. Toggle block, it is common for me. I know what is it. I use this everything, but there is a open command palette is I had opened it. Start auto complete, expand snippet. What is this now? But align cursor. Just I'm going to make this thing, and here I'm going to add center here. Just a center. If you now see, you can now see a difference here. We get our form in center now. Just I'm going to add a heading for our beautification. Heading here at upside of heading, and here I'm going to add h1. Then I not have any work with this, so I'm not going to give class and everything. First thing, I'm going to add a form. This much I had added this from. I had form FORM. I had form correctly. It is now, but we are getting extra spacing, so we have another universal selector. Mean if you have everything, if think there are hundreds of elements in your HTML file, then you do every element has a padding 0 pixel, padding margin 0 pixel. No, we have to use our programming talents here. So you can, our first motive is write less and do more, so we have to have a selector to do that. That is universal selector. To universal selector identified by star here, asterisk, what I call that, I don't know. So here if you just do padding 0 pixel and margin 0 pixel, is replicate to every element here. This we get every in padding of every elements have been get what you get 0 pixel. So I'm going to make padding and margin 0 pixel. Now we have to work on JavaScript. Now I want to get this thing. First we have name, input tags. Here we have this thing. First I want to get, first I am going to make a button here. If you create a button inside a form, it will take has submit type, so we not want a submit type here. You can, it is a good practice to use submit type here, so I am going to use submit only. We can make it just I'm going to make it submit here. Yes, now value should be, we are going to targeting this, so we are just making this. Oh, I had not added class ID here. Rule number. Just we have added, oh sorry, I have to add submit here. Just I had said this thing here. Now first in JavaScript we have variables. What is variables now? Variables is a container that contains some data. Like I'm storing a string here, just RK programmer, like pro GRAMMER programmer. If think just we have just in programming languages we have just printf, println in Java. Same thing in JavaScript. Just do console.log. We have a console here which I am using here now. Just do like this. Now I'm going to run my this thing here. Yes, we have. Oh, I have to remove that. I get RK programmer here, but same thing I want to make it 100 times. So I'm going to do all day. I had made this 4 times. Think it is get 4 times. I'm going to save this file, alt S, then run. If you just press F5 is going to run your program. We get RK 4 times here. First thing I'm going to remove this thing here. It is looking very awkward to me. Just save this thing. Let's check our form how it's looking. Some good here. We have made this thing, but it's getting very more. But we are not going to style very much here. So here I want to make. I had made a mistake here. Just I want to make RK programmers. I want to make this. Now I have to change everything here. So I'm going to change this thing. Alt R. Just replace. Sorry, it is not RK. Where is RK programmer? First thing I'm going to just blank it. Every programmer. Just get it blank. Just space here. Add space here. Now I'm going to cut this thing here because it's very much messy here. Same thing I'm going to do like this, where in JavaScript we have 3 types of variable types. Means we have just type here, data type here, but there are literals in JavaScript like string literals and minimum. In programming we call data types here. In JavaScript we call this var, let and const data types, or method name in which we call there. Just leave this thing. Just I'm going to make there are var. First I'm going to make comment this / oh, it's added this thing here. Just to add a double slashes, forward slashes for comment here, where we have another called let and another is const. If you are const here, if you are no C, then you must know what is const and what const means. If you are not want to change the if you not want to override the variable, you have to use const here. If you want to override, you can use var and let, but var is a global scope variable. Means it's make our variable as global, and let's make our variable as local here. So I'm going to use local variable, just let, then I'm going to make it name. Just I'm making name here. I'm going to make RK programmer, just RK programmers. I had changed this thing here, and I'm going to write just name here. I had pressed alt M, so it's making that thing. Just I'm going to write name here. I'm going to replicate this. How many times you can replicate? Oh, it's Alt S here. I had replicate this 5 times here. I'm going to save this thing and run. We can see the difference here. We have made this 5 times. If I just made this wrong, I think it must be RK programmer. Then I'm going to save this thing. Is replicated to all strings here. So the use of strings variables are very useful in JavaScript. So we are now learn about JavaScript here. So I'm going to cut this thing. Another is first targeting and HTML element here. HTML, sorry. HTML. My OM is not working here. HTML element targeting. Now HTML targeting here. Now first we have to target our HTML. So first thing, in HTML we have to target DOM first. What is DOM? Document Object Model. Means just our HTML file here. So targeting DOM, we have to write a preserved keyword called document. Then we have to write the method to which we have to target. In document we want to get element by its ID. Means I want to in DOM document I want to target a element with its ID, its mean. So here write your elements ID here. Just write name. Please get name here. Sorry, it's just name here. Just give a semicolon here for your safety. Sometimes it will get different here. Just we have targeted document that element, but good practice to make it store in a variable. I'm going to make it name here, only name, to make me understand for what I have created this. Now we have made this thing. Now we can get it is our form element. In form element we have this much, so we can use value. Means it helps us to get the value from the box here. We're going to add a value. First add a let here to global local scope. Then just name dot value. I want only the value of name. Value. Then I'm going to console.log this thing. What the hell is this? Console dot log loggy is get logged. What the hell is this? I'm going to console dot my value here. So I'm going to do this thing. We get empty string here, but if I add here a value attribute here, value should be what I'm typing, I don't know, is just value should be RK programmer. Now I'm going to save this thing. Always save your file. If you know what you are doing, then it's good. Yeah, just we get an arcade programmer here. If I change this to an RK here, just RK here, let's save this thing and make this thing here. We get RK only, means it's just targeting RK here. But why the user want to send the data by its dynamic data? We are just printing our only default value here. To print our dynamic data, we have to add a button, means event listener here. To add a event listener, we have to target button first. So first I am going to do this, then I am going to make it document. How is working now? It's making me very document dot get element by its ID. Then I'm going to target my btn, which btn here. Always be safe by adding a semicolon here. Now I'm going to just do let btn btn here. We have just targeted our btn here. Now what is here? We can add a event listener to this. If you are coming from Java or Android development, you must know set on click listener. I think it is in Java Android development. In Java Android development, if you just do btn dot add event listener, this btn dot add event listener is take two parameters. First is callback function. I'm going to tell you in the next. Just write a function here, just function. I'm not tell you what is function here, but function. If you are from Java or programming, then you must know what is function. Then curly brackets. Here first parameter, which event is going to listen click event. We have many types of event, like click events for buttons and double click events. Then for forms we have focus, blur, and I think select, change, and many more things. First I am going to make it. I'm just going to do alt up. I made this alt up here. Just cut this thing. We have made this now. If there is nothing here. If I just do print submit here, is nothing printing here. It's refreshing our page here. It is its default action, means it's going to perform this action. However, so to prevent this action, we have a function called first. This function takes a event here, then event dot prevent default. It is a function. Then just add a semicolon, then run the if you just do submit, we get RK here. First we are not getting RK because it's refreshing our page. But I want to replicate this data to my paragraph here. Just I'm going to add a para. ID should be para here. Then just made this thing. Now I want to insert this data to paragraph tag. So what can we do here? We can make, first we have to target this element using, just we going to make it, sorry, first I'm going to prevent the default, then default action, then I'm going to target this thing. Just I'm going to use local scope. You can use global scope also using var, but I'm going to use local scope here. Local scope is more secure than global scope. You can't change in different scope. If you are getting confused what is scopes here, then is you will understand this in my JavaScript part. Then I'm going to do let just one para here. Then in this para I'm going to inject my document dot get element by its ID, then parenthesis, then ID name is para, just do like this. Then I'm not going to console.log this time. This I'm going to use a JavaScript very useful and basic property here. So you can call function or method also. There is no difference in functions and methods. But if you are using this using classes, using functions, using classes is called method only. Just I'm going to do para dot. First I'm going to cut this thing here. I'm targeted my paragraph tag here. Then I want to make its inner HTML, mean which HTML we have written inside our para should be equal to what? Equal to, first I'm going to make you hello, just hello. If I write just submit here, is not getting anything. Why? Para dot in, oh sorry, we have to make it, is not doing anything here. Just para, ID is para. Just add a plus here. Just do like this. My mouse is on. Is nothing working here. It is not working. btn dot add event listener has made this thing here. Para dot inner, oh, HTML should be in capital. Sorry, I had made a mistake here. Just I'm going to cut this thing. Just save this thing and run this thing. JavaScript and CSS is very forgiving language for web development. We get hello here. If I just submit again, it's overriding the content. Hello. But here I want to make what is overriding the method here. I not want to override the method, so I'm going to show how can we make this. Para dot inner HTML, add just outdent here, plus I'm going to add a space here also. Be safe here. Oh, which cut I had cut this thing here now. Just I'm going to add a space here. Always add a space, because if I not add a space, it get concatenate here. We are just concatenating. Just we have now we are not overriding our method here. Means our text here. If I want to make this value should be in here, so I can make this using this. Just here I have to write a our value variable. Just write we had written value variable. Just we get and this submit rk. Now here program. Just we get an rk program. Oh, why is making it? Oh, we had just default value should be here. If I just remove this thing, we get our stuff here only. If which we add to input box, we get that only. Just oh, I think I had made a mistake. Name dot value. First we have to get fetching the value first only. So we have to fetch the value when we click. So and then we only get the latest update here. Just save this thing now. If I write anything, we getting our latest value here. But I want to add a BR tag also. What can you do here? First I'm going to create a variable here, because I want to make how many times I had added. So I'm going to make it integer. So let num is equal to 1. Default value I am giving it default value 1 here. Then I am going to just plus num. Then I am going to increase the num here. Num is equal to num plus 1. We get this thing. To make this more easier, you not have to give this much thing. Just give num plus equals to 1. It get automatically num plus 1 here. So same thing here only. Just going to cut this thing. Plus equals to now if I save the file here, if I save the file and run the thing, it's not working correctly. Whoa. Wait for a second. I cut this thing. Wait for 5 minutes. I'm going to hello guys, I'm back here now. I had made this everything stuff here. What? Just add this thing. Now save the file. Just add 1, and if I add s here, just for we get 1 point here now. Same thing we can make using this, but I want to add a BR tag, means I want to get my next data in next line. So you can use here, what can you BR tag also. You can use HTML here also. just if I submit, just we get this thing, then we get our next data in next line here. But I want to get a dot here, then I always spend my time on designing here just for my sake. I like to design my things here. I think how our code will be organized, that much our capability will increase here. Just this thing, just increase, we get everything. We had used this much things here. Now what can we do here? If you have I'm going to use select, because I think I had not tell you what is select here. Now I'm going to say select, just add a select tag here. It will ask my car, I'm just adding car here. Then I'm going to add options, means it's going to create a I think is what going to make. Just I'm going to make this thing. First I'm going to add a br tag here. I'll get word break here. I want only break. First I'm going to add this in a option, mean if you know what is our list here, list, same this work has a list here. Just alt text, alt v here. I'm thinking what we get in this, because I have never seen this. What is this now? It is very different. But here you can add your, just I'm going to add Maruti here. Maruti 800. I don't know, I just know this car name only. Then Bugatti. Then Lamborghini. If spelling is wrong, I don't know. I'm just making this thing to make you understand how it's working or not. We get Bugatti, Lamborghini as section. If you want to fetch the value from here, you can do using like this. Just I'm going to change this thing now to car, car, then car. I think I had made everything here now. I had to change this also. I had made this thing. Now you will get, if I just return Bugatti, we get Bugatti. If you Lamborghini. But sometimes I want to make it when I select that value should be get. So you can add event listener to directly a car, then we have just added a car value. I'm going to use, just I'm going to make it, because it's not allows global variables here. Is not allowed global, is allows only local here. We have made we get clicked, but we are getting only Maruti 800. We are not getting the chance to click this thing. If you are just sprinting, then okay. Next at next time we are getting Bugatti here. But I want, when I just select the content, I want to get that. So we have in forms, we have another called change here, change event. If you just add change here, you will see if it is not printing our value here. If I am selecting, then it's just printing here. You can use like Lamborghini and many more things. Bugatti, just Bugatti. If you want to add multiple here, you can use, we have an attribute called, I think, multiple. We have an attribute called multiple here. I think it's work like this only. I think I should multiple true. I think we get 0, 3. We get Maruti 800, this much thing. But if we print the value here, I just do console.log here, you will get different here. Console.log value if you just select this 3, okay, we are getting Maruti 800 only because we are selecting it first, then Bugatti, then this Bugatti only. If we don't select, just get very much thief. But why is getting me this time? Now to this video, just it's over now. Now I'm going to starting a new series on programming. In that series we're going to learn Java here. If you are interested, just comment me down here and get your name to me to make understand who is learning programming from me. So bye bye guys, let's meet in next video. Bye bye. Wait guys, I'm sorry, I am just forgot to tell that I had created my website here. You can get the source code from my website. I'm going to give my website link to my description. You can check my description here. If you are interested, just visit my website here. So let's bye bye.